What's up, guys? Got a performance review for you on the Nike Overplay 6. These are actually my favorite shoe right now. These are kind of like my go-to shoe that I use almost every day. And I do play on an outdoor court. And as you can see, there's no really signs of any wear on them. And so these are pretty awesome. I'll get into the traction first. You got just almost a pretty basic pattern. Just have some flex screws. See there. The outrigger has a traction surface that you would see on the little LeBron, the soldiers, but it would be on the heel. On the soldiers, it's more towards the heel. But right here, you have the outrigger with that, and it is you might think that since it's really flat and just a bunch of little dots that it might be less slippery, but it actually does keep your jab steps really, it's real. It grips very well. The cushion on it was actually kind of firm for my taste. In the sevens, in the Overplay sevens, they actually made it a little bit softer, but in here it's firmer, and that can kind of be a little bit of a drawback since it doesn't have it doesn't have air, it doesn't have zoom, it's just straight Phylon, and it is thick Phylon. That's one thing that kind of I didn't like about it, because it is really firm, especially whenever you're like on a hard landing. You don't get that as much cushion as you'd want, and that's just from it being, it doesn't not a high-end shoe. I mean, these are like about $30-40, but these are still very solid. The upper is if it gets very comfortable, it's kind of it's really stiff. Of course, I mean, most shoes can be like that when you first get it, but once you break it in, it's thin. I mean, it gets soft, but it still has that integrity that it needs. That rigidity, I guess you could say. So it keeps your foot in place, but you don't feel like there's, you don't feel like there's like you have no movement, or like there's plastic around it, but so it is soft in that it gives your foot, like, it's comfortable for your foot, but it's not like rock hard it is hard, but it's not rock hard to where you're, it hurts every time that your foot moves around. And these do, your toes move around, but your toes do move around a little bit, and I kind of like that, because I don't like my toes to be boxed in completely. I like them to be kind of, free to move a little bit when you're taking a step. But in the middle, it does keep your foot very, very still. But I mean, yeah, it's a very, very good shoe. It's not that breathable, only because the collar is, the tongue, I should say, is very thick. It's so it is mesh, but it's super thick. Like, I should have unlaced it, so I should show you, but it is super thick, and so it is mesh, but it's not breathable at all. The only really ventilation you have is those those 8 dots right there, but I mean, that's not really gonna help you at all. But yeah, like I said, it's my best performing. Not necessarily best performing, but my favorite. I mean, because for the price that they're at, I mean, like $30-40, you can't beat that for as good as these do. Like I said, the only thing that I could have done without is a straight up Phylon. I wish they would maybe added something a little bit different. Maybe made the Phylon a little bit softer. Maybe even add an air unit in there, or just something, to give you a little bit more impact protection. But yeah, I mean, these are awesome. In every way. I mean, they look awesome too. I mean, these come in so many different colorways. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, and each colorway really comes with different materials. Well, not each, but like this material is like a synthetic suede or something like that, and then you'll have like maybe a white pair that would be synthetic leather, or another one would be nubuck, or you have just whole bunch, you have different materials for different the different colorways, which I like that. And these are actually pretty light. I wanted to point out, these are actually pretty light. I mean, for being as cheaper shoes as I said, these are very, very good, very light. Like, the only drawback I have, like I said, was the cushion, and also the ventilation. Maybe they could have added maybe a few more breathing points. Like maybe they could have added. See, like these holes right here, they're kind of hard to see. I was gonna leave those out because those really don't do anything, but I'll show them to you anyway. They do nothing for you because it's just a whole bunch of material like separating that and your actual the lining. So it really does nothing for you. Yeah, they're on the other side too. But they really do nothing for you. These actually, you can feel it sometimes if it's a lot of wind. You can actually feel a little bit because it gets a little bit thinner up there in the front. But those right here, they do not offer anything. But I would really suggest you get the shoe. They're not like a high name. Like you wouldn't see a commercial on these. But yeah, if if you're a little bit low on money, but you need some, you need a shoe, that's gonna last you a while, really durable. Cause these are very durable. I use these almost every day, and on an outdoor court, and I mean, look at them. I don't really have to say anything. They speak for themselves. They look awesome. The traction is still awesome. It's really the grooves are still really deep. The front, see the front right there, still has a little the little pattern on it. So it is awesome. It's very durable shoes. So if you need something that's gonna last you a long time, but it's also gonna really keep you playing well. I'd really suggest you get these. But that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to my channel, and see you next time.